Yo, mic check, mic check, mic check. What's good? What's good,
Check,
bro?
check, check. 1 2 1 2. This is your friendly neighborhood boogie here. Back
What's
with
good,
another
man?
edition of the Ringside Club podcast.
Man, had the cameo of the year last episode, man.
Yo, I popped in and
Dipped in.
popped out like the toasty dude from Mortal Kombat.
He was out 6 minutes and 13 seconds. In and
I was
out.
just toasty. See you later.
Boogie 613 says I'll be right back.
613. Boogie 613 is ridiculous.
I'll see you next week.
It's better than my old catchphrase because that guy's been erased from the history books.
Oh, man. It's a lot of people, man. A lot of people just ain't here
Just
anymore.
falling by the wayside, man. That's it.
What a time. What a
Hey.
time. What a time. What a
It's
time
an
to be
expose.
rocking out with us, man. It's the Ringside Club. 2 of the 4. We in the building right now. My name is AO. That's Bug. Of course, you know Chad Law. He might be on assignment, but he might pop in. Ron is out on assignment definitely, so he'll be back in next week. It's a lot happening. We're on that road to Mania. We got big business to talk as well. This is going to be an abbreviated episode. We don't need to be in all night with that, but I mean, let's just go ahead and get that show started, man.
Let's do
Why
it.
not?
Peace to the gods, the Ringside Club pod. My name is A.O. Say you're around the dawn. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. K-Fave is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the beam, you fly, burn the ball down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the pod. Ringside Club, intro to the squad as the show starts.
Peace, 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 man. Peace of the gods, of course, peace of the earths, man. It's the mightiest of the mighty, broadcasting live from the Empire Tri-State, like we usually do around this time. Sometime between the hours of 9 and 10, but sometimes later than that.
Yeah.
We here, though. We're here.
Yo, we have pardon the interruption. I know that's not our show, right? But before we start the show this week, I was just reminded before the podcast started that it is in fact a very special occasion this weekend. So clap it up for everybody for AO. It is his birthday weekend.
Oh, word,
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
Happy birthday,
Appreciate
AO. Another trip around the sun. You know what I'm saying?
One more.
How old
one
we
more,
turning
one
this
more.
year? What we got on the menu?
Ripe young age of 37, man.
Hey, man.
37.
We carry it well. Everybody at my
Yeah.
job, when they find out my age, they're like, "Wait a minute, It's like their jaw hits the ground. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I understand. It happens. You know, we
I
get
wear
older.
it well, man. I'm living. I got, a little
Yeah.
bit of salt and the pepper in the bed, but feeling good. Feeling better than I ever felt, man.
I have a lot
Birthdays
more
this
salt than
weekend.
pepper, my friend, but it's there.
Hey, but you have hair.
That's true. I do have hair.
I have a hat on because today is a bad hair day. It's a no hair day, man.
I respect it. I respect it.
But
What do we got on the
this,
docket?
This was the easiest year to actually plan for a birthday. It's like, what you want to do? I just want to watch the game. Super Bowl's this Sunday. Just
Yeah, true.
Come by and let's watch the game. You know what I mean? And then earlier that day is New Japan New Beginning, so I'll be up at about 4 a.m. watching that live. I might even jump on a live stream just for birthday purposes.
AO's just going to be all live evented out that day. That's all. He's going to
Yeah.
be so tired by the time the day's over.
Yeah. Surrounded by loved ones later on in the day. But yeah, man. It's a lot going on in wrestling, though. How'd you feel about that press conference? You watch it live?
Yeah, I loved it.
WrestleMania press conference?
I knew in my heart of hearts that there had to be a swerve coming, or if the opposition got loud enough, there would be a swerve coming. So to me, I really loved not only the outcome, the way it was handled that led to the outcome. I thought it felt organic. They sold me that could have been a little bit more real than it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how everybody else felt watching that, but that's how I felt. So I think that the crowd is now pleased. I think there may be implications of more moving parts than just Cody and Roman. I think more will be told about that. But at least for right now, we got Cody and Roman, and I think the train is back on the tracks. in my opinion.
Which match did you want to see? Did you want to see Cody and Roman, or did you want to see Roman and Rock?
I'm not a fake person. I'd be lying if I said I don't want to see Rock and Roman, but I think it's because I've been saying it for years, like we all have, kind of, like once the bloodline was really a present thing for the past maybe 2.5, 3 years, we've kind of been just kind of talking about that. Who's really a living member of forgive the unofficial term for them, but like the Samoan dynasty, you know what I'm saying? Like just these people who have been the thread of wrestling, professional wrestling for the past 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Like plus. So it's just something that I don't think that anyone would not want to see that until you have the organic groundswell of a person by the likes of Cody Rhodes, who has one of the most passionate fan bases I could liken to a Beyonce fan base right now. It feels like
the Cody Hive.
Yeah, like for real. Like it sounds silly to say, but it's serious.
Nah,
like
you're right.
He's got ride or die fan. There are literally kids that will wait for hours outside, not just because their parents are disgusting signature scalpers, but because the kids actually are fans of Cody Rhodes, because there's a lot of that going on too. So, overall, I personally feel like I want to see Cody finish the story as much as I want to see Roman beat all records, because the story for him as well, going from the guy everyone booed to the guy everyone has real heat, with, type deal for who he is, position himself great. The company put him in a great position. I would love to see Roman extend his streak, so to speak. But I also have, good AO on one shoulder and bad AO on the other shoulder. And when bad AO talks, I start hating MJF, and then I don't want Roman to be champion anymore. And I'm like, pack this storyline up. So for me, I think it's time to pack it up. I think the fans have spoken. I think Cody Rhodes has put in so much fucking footwork now that I would never put him on Cena levels yet, because Cena's literally like God to all those Make-A-Wish kids and the disenfranchised people, and even just people that are
definitely like the face of the. He's in the role. He may
Cody,
not.
Cody
he has years to get there, but he's the guy who you want talking at every kind of press opportunity period for that company right
He's fucking Guile in Street Fighter. He's literally like the United States representative right now. He is the face. He's the face of the organization. Word. That's all I got. I'm not gonna prolong it too much. I am excited to see what's in store for Rhea. I want to see Jade and Bianca team together versus fight each other. Yes, there's a bunch of stuff I'd like to see, but we'll get into it.
Yo, this match right here was we were talking a little bit about this before we hopped on the stream, and I was like, look, man, they figured out exactly what they were going to do by listening to the fans throughout the last couple of days, because this was not, they veered off and they said, nah, we're going to do Rock and Roman. And like I was mentioning to you, there was a way that they could have accomplished all of these things without having The Rock get booed. You know what I mean? It basically would have been, to make a very long story short, I might break it down a little bit longer on the Monday show on the Signature Move and shit, but really it could have been, the Bloodline story started in 2020 when Roman Reigns first won the championship, when he beat The Fiend. When he came back, he was supposed to have the Mania match. He ducked out. He came back SummerSlam, and he beat The Fiend. Since then, since he kind of bullied, he got Jey Uso and said, nah, you have to acknowledge me, and we all know how that went. From that point on, that's when that story started. So this has been a longer storyline than the Cody Rhodes finish your story. All they needed to do was kind of figure out a way to make The Rock, write The Rock as the guy that sent Solo Sikoa. Right? They always mention like the elders. I peeped today during the presser, matter of fact, that on that family tree, The Rock is listed as a high chief, which is the first time I've seen that specifically written next to his name.
Come on, Ayo, that's street shit. He's just an OG now. That's just putting the OG in his name.
I've never seen it actually written though. Like I've never seen him actually acknowledge him as.
Nah, it's not. It is good to see. It's like getting a street named after you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's solidified now. Word.
Yeah, he got the little. The cross. So anyway, all you got to do is like have him come down and be the guy that is able to control the rest of the bloodline and make them kind of stand back, so Cody and Roman can have that fair one-on-one, And then The Rock challenges, like, whether you beat Cody, you lose to Cody, whatever happens, I got you next. Whether it's for the belt or not, it's really for who's the head of the table. And they could have accomplished all that, whether that had been like a 2-night Mania thing or a SummerSlam thing. But the way that they got to this, now that we have heel Rock, now that he's aligned with Roman Reigns, hey, the way they got there was bullshit, but I like where it's going now, because this version of The Rock is about to be mad entertaining.
I was just going to say that he's going to be super entertaining. I think all they did was take too many left turns instead of taking a left and a right. You know what I mean?
They
like,
got to the same place. They
got
just
to the
took too
exact
many
same
turns.
place. We just went in the same direction. Pulled the wheel a little bit too hard. You basically took your fans from, chilling, we're at room temperature, to literally threat level, like orange, like nuclear level. What the fuck is happening? We're nervous as fuck. Like, what are you doing to us? I think the WWE.
You know how you're on one side of the street and what you need is on the other side, like a restaurant.
Yes.
And you see the parking spot. Instead of just busting that quick Yui and jumping in the spot, they went around the corner.
I want to say something. I feel like this will be almost like the M. Night Shyamalan movies when they just started, doing the swerve at the end of the movie where it's like, oh, haha, this just happened and you didn't realize this person was dead the whole time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the situation is. I feel like this is going to be a pivot point in professional wrestling where we're going to see a lot more hard turns, because the fans have now become so fucking smart that I can honestly believe in a world of worlds where this entire fucking thing was planned from the beginning and this was not reactionary too. It could be reactionary, but playing devil's advocate, I could see a world where this could be 100% booked to the T. Every move was planned, and we got this purposely. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that could happen.
Listen to the fans booking though.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this was planned. I think they listened to the fans. Whereas during like Vince's run, he's like, no, this is what we're doing, and you're ignoring the fans, and that's when you get all of the rest of the the backlash and the yes movement and all of that. This was The Rock and Triple H and the entire creative team listening, like, oh nah, we can't do this. This isn't what the majority of the reaction wants, what the people want. So let's go in this direction.
I was starting to get nervous for Triple H because it's like, like I said, the fans are super smart, right? So they're almost too smart for their own good, us included. We're all a part of it. It is what it is. But I think that more surprises the better. Triple H has been really good at it, but I was worried for his legacy even already, just because of how negatively people took this. I didn't hear too many people who aren't the Krista B's, Brian H. Waters of the world, who are really big Bloodline Rock fans, that were happy about this. And I'm not pro or con. I'm just over here watching it all go down. I'm a fly on the wall, you know what I mean? But I would personally like to see what we saw tonight happen. I even wouldn't mind if it was like some crazy shit where it turned into Rock and Roman teaming against Cody and somebody else. Like I wouldn't care if that happened to me. I do want to see Cody finish his story, but there's so many outs now that it doesn't have to be what that poster says. It truly doesn't. It could be whatever they want it to be. Cody just got slapped in the face. There has to be a receipt coming at some point. That's my opinion.
Yeah. All the while, the biggest loser out of there was Seth Rollins, but we'll get to him in a bit.
My honest take, I'm just gonna jump one last take because it's a real hot take, and then I'm done with it. Yo, bro, tell me Jacob Fatu doesn't come in, interrupt this match.
Hello.
Solo's not there, nobody's there, and Cody does not win the championship again at WrestleMania 40, bro. I would literally throw up all over the place, but I see a world where that happens, bro. They got us on a roller coaster ride. Welcome, CL Punk. The crowd goes wild.
Oh man, we got a crowd's favorite, and I'm the most hated. What's going on, fellas?
You got straight backs today, bro? Is this like Pusha T, or excuse me, Pusha T. I'm trying to think of the era.
I've had cornrows for the last 4 years.
No, I know, but I didn't realize. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. It's fine.
Cornroller. No, I'm just fresh shaven. You know what I'm saying? I'm clean shaven, feeling all younger Davish, back to life. Feeling clean cut, fresh off the press conference. I wasn't actually there myself, but I was watching in attendance via the YouTube. Shout out to us
Yeah.
YouTube premium killers. You know what I mean? No ads over here, baby. It's what we do.
What'd you think of that presser?
Let me just go ahead and what Rock did.
Goosebumps.
That's what I was feeling watching that shit. Did this Cody Rhodes? I'm deciding to face Roman now. Decision makes sense in the long run. Did y'all break this down? Did y'all analyze? Did this make any sense to y'all?
I mean, we gave our opinions. What do you think of it?
Just as far as like Cody just jumping in and being like, oh no. Now I actually want to challenge for the world title. Like, I didn't say officially that I was gonna not challenge for the world title. I was like, oh.
You know what, I was thinking that, and the reason why it wasn't so off-putting to me, and I think it's not off-putting to anybody else, is because so many people want to see him fight Roman that they probably never minded it because they were not expecting this to happen. They're like, oh my God, we weren't going to get this.
This, if you look at, like, all of a sudden it seems as though The Rock and Roman were in cahoots the whole time, right? So you can go backwards a couple of days, and Cody is looking at this like, nah, you were trying to play me, basically, so y'all can get the main event. You know what I mean? Because remember, he said he reached out for counsel. So if The Rock really wants the main event, just so him and his cousin can bring all that bread back to the family. Now that I'm looking at it a little bit differently, nah, y'all trying to play me.
I really took it. I was gonna say real quick.
No, go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, Rock is so used to this role, just off the Cena feud, that, like, I knew all the crowd reaction and the juxtaposition, none of it was going to throw him off his pivot at all. Like, he's used to this from the Super Cena feud. Like, I saw, Hollywood Rock. Like, Ayo, you wasn't there for Hollywood Rock ever. Like, I was there for Hollywood Rock where, like, he was doing the same shit, just, like, younger, slimmer, and, like, people were just like, yo, go back to Hollywood. And he was just like, yo, I don't give a damn what you guys think. Like, I'm here, and I'm going to win. And then I'm going to go back to Hollywood. It makes all matter and watch the movie. So, like, him in this role, I was actually enjoying it. I think I was smiling so much because I was like, wow, this feels so natural. Like, this feels good. Like, this doesn't feel like he's ignoring the fans. It feels like, yo, I'm listening. I'm here. Like, I'm well aware of what's going on. Like,
yo, I can't wait for you to get to the next slide either, Ayo, not to cut you off, Chad. But because it just came to mind what that next gentleman's commentary was on this show, which I thought was fucking great. Like, this guy is always good at adding something to a show, whether he's on it on center stage or if he's just on a supporting role like he was tonight. He is hysterical,
Ron fucking Burgundy, yo.
We got to give this guy his flowers, yo. He is a funny fucking dude, yo.
Yo, just punch him in the teeth, man. You guys
punch him in the teeth.
Issues at work, punch him in the teeth. With your boss, fight your boss.
Yo, you got a problem with somebody? Fucking punch him in the head.
Yo, like,
no doubt, bro. Thanks.
Guy absolutely
my man Phil
is earning his keep. Like I said, it feels surreal almost to see him here and just shoved in everyone's faces on a regular basis. Like, it just feels like, it almost feels like he's parodying the AEW run just way better. Like, if AEW
this is cleaned up,
pulled off some of the shit that, like, he was doing and the subtle shit that, like, it would have been awesome. Like, instead he was just grumpy old man going out to wrestle fucking youngins in fence. So, like, this
he's
like,
super corporate.
Yeah, this he's just like, yo, I'm having fucking fun. Like, I'm like, it's like he had mad freedom in AEW, and then over here it's like we're still giving him the leniency, but he's still also like, yo, I'm getting this shit off. Like, no matter what, I'm getting it off.
Nah, but yo, you see, there's a lot of dogs out there that got fly leashes. It's not always bad to be on a leash. You just got to have a fly leash. They might have him on a dope little leash. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could say what he got to say, not get too much off, but his leash is all right. You know what I mean? They reel him back in if they have to. I think tonight was kind of borderline. If you noticed in the background, Rocky looked like he was getting fucking pissed.
Yo,
Rock
looked like he was still on stage.
This is one of the situations where I couldn't call it, y'all. I didn't know if it was kayfabe only. I just didn't know. I didn't want to. I was like, I just had to sit there and be like, I'm a fan, yay! Like, that's all I could do. I couldn't tell the barrier.
What I was
saying that just before you came on.
The vibes of watching this press conference. This is the realest thing that WWE has done in years.
I agree. That's why I was like, I can't.
Like, give me this hour and a half every week. I don't need Raw. I don't need SmackDown. Just give me press conferences on YouTube, bro.
I don't know if everybody gets a press conference though.
Nah, we just need press conferences, dog.
I don't think we needed Cody Shinsuke bull rope match press conference, man. I don't think we needed that.
Nah, we just have press conferences for every big match that's announced. Just have somebody throw a shoe from the crowd. That's all we need, man. Keep the vibes alive. We had Bex. We had Rhea. This is foreshadowing. We got this coming up at Mania. I mean, Rhea's definitely not losing to Nia Jax in Australia, so clear path to WrestleMania. And we got Bex already calling her out. She's probably going to be the one to win that Elimination Chamber. Any thoughts on this?
No.
From a male standpoint, I'm going to look at this from two different ways. All right. From a motherhood made Becky Lynch really, really hot. Ain't gonna lie. I was never really a Becky Lynch guy. Like, just off the looks, I was like, yeah, a little too hot for me. But, like, after the baby, I'm like, yo, she's really, like, hot. Like, then you face her with Rhea, and it's like, they're both equally very attractive. And I think that's a great sell for WrestleMania on the women's side of things. I think that's a really, really good look. Match-wise, I think it's going to be a really great match for the both of them. I don't want to predict who wins and loses, but I just think the build-up is going to be just fine, and it's going to add more credibility to the extensive reign that Rhea's already had right now, which is, I mean, shit, I think Rhea's going to steamroll through Becky at WrestleMania, but we'll save that for the predictions episode in time.
I'm kind of ready to see Jade kick somebody's face in too. So like, I don't know. I'm not that I'm tired of any of the women's division, but at some point I'm gonna need to see Jade kicking people's faces in. So that's just my opinion.
Yo, I'm gonna do you one better, book.
Some press work, but
I'm gonna do you one better, book. I want to see Evolution too.
Okay.
Like, there's enough women on this roster right now in WWE where they can have an all-women's pay-per-view again, and it'll blow the first one out the water. And I sat front row for the first one in Nassau Coliseum.
This really is no shade. This is no shade to AEW. I'm just saying this very honestly. There are women in NXT that are, I feel, more TV ready than some of the TV talent at AEW. So I could see a case where, yeah, WWE can have their own women's show too, weekly.
They
like
need
their own
to
just
have that
dedicated women's show.
Again, yo. I think they really, you know, I think we could. It's a stretch, but shit, we could actually champion this shit. I feel like if we really push for it again, like, yo, give us Evolution 2 or whatever. Just give us another all women's pay per view, yo.
If WWE really wants to stick it to good old Sasha Banks, they could just give a weekly women's wrestling programming to a show, and her head might fucking explode.
I don't know if y'all touched on Dynamite yet, but that was going to be my topic, was a Dynamite rundown. I think this was a really, really, really good show, and I wanted to talk about it for my topic. So, you know, we
didn't even do topics. We just jumped on this, and I got a couple slides about Dynamite.
We good?
Yo, your man Seth coming out here looking the worst. Your man Roman. I don't see the one really big mistake wasn't figuring out who Cody was and wasn't going to face, whether it's Roman, whether Rock and Roman, none of that. It was instructing Seth to go out on television and try to shit on Roman.
That was great.
Knowing that that title and everything that Roman Reigns eventually went on to say is absolutely true. It just never should have been on TV. You know what I mean? Like, he shit on
Love
Seth
the belt.
as the champion. He shit on
Love
the
the
title.
belt. Not sure it means as much as the other one.
But again, the problem was it doesn't, but it never should have been acknowledged on TV. But they had Seth go out there and start talking shit about Roman, and then Roman retorted. And
everything that Roman Reigns,
like, he had the division. He's like, yo, you have the division full of people that I've already beat. It's the loser division, the loser bracket, or whatever. And now Seth was just like hanging out on stage.
Because I felt that, though. I was like,
it's not a lie. But it never needed to be said on TV, because when is Seth and Roman going to have a match? It's never going to get paid off. Just buried the whole fucking, you know. And now Seth was just on stage hanging out for no reason. He's like another fan.
I didn't really understand why Seth was there, because I kind of just jumped in.
Because he's been on his
started with Bianca, and I peeled out after started becoming Panda Bear and just being like, me and Montez have a show. And I was like, all right, I'm out here for a bit. Went to get my cut. And then by the time I tapped back in, I was right in time to get to Rocking and Cody. So that was really fucking good timing.
Yo, hate on me if you want, bro. That show is actually really well produced for the type of show that it is. It's like one of those shows, and it's perfectly produced like one of those shows. You know what I mean?
Right. I heard a lot of good from it. I gotta check. It's
yeah,
an easy watch,
if you're,
it's like
it's
half-hour
not.
shows, right?
I mean, if you love wrestling and you like both of these wrestlers, then there's no reason why you wouldn't like be interested in what's going on.
I'm not even.
But no. I mean, it's. I'm not into no cheesy like dating lifestyle, like a day in the life show either. But I
for our
was
women,
pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by the editing and like how the show was. It was very professionally done. It was good. Shouts out to Yellowtail. Not an ad.
That boy sipping tonight.
So we got the official confirmation, and your man Rock went off backstage. Triple H was trying to conduct a little cleanup interview. Rock and Roman walked past him. He's like,
Yo, who is Son in the background, yo?
I don't even know. That's his driver. I don't know who that is. That's like WWE's TikTok guy. So
Nah, that's Little Frankie. That's Little Frankie, the TikTok guy.
Frankie Mosquito.
Sure. He's like one of 3 people that has the password.
Yo, matter of fact, I'm a behind the scenes guy too, man. Shout out to Frankie, the TikTok guy.
Hey, you know, somebody got to do it.
He's doing what he's got to do over there. You know,
much love to Frankie from Waterbury, Connecticut, man, holding it down.
Oh, whoa! Don't put my hometown on this guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's from there.
Holding it down, man.
Shit.
This is dope that we see these two in this position, because I think years from now, this will lead us to Seth, Roman again and again and again, but instead they're going to be representing Triple H and The Rock.
I can see it. Little power struggle never hurt.
Eventually,
Interesting thing is, I wonder if they're actually going to bring the fact that The Rock is a board member onto television. You know what I mean?
Seth dropped the line. That's when I was like, "Ooh, this is crossing that line."
No, he said it there, but I'm not sure if that was supposed to be.
Yeah,
or
Mike
not.
was off Mike.
You know, it was on the panel also. I think McAfee, but McAfee don't ever know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? He'll never know what he's supposed to be.
McAfee just trying to catch up right now, man. McAfee like, "Yo, I'm back, y'all. Just throw me in the game, y'all. Brief me
Yo,
up.
who's the champion again? Seth. Damn, when you win?
TNA knockout champion?
Wow.
Oh, God. What a
He's just catching up.
Let Pat get his money, yo. He's doing all right.
I fuck with him. I like the little commentary shake-up. SmackDown is kind of
me
cool
too.
now.
Yo, me too. Shit made me miss Big E and realize like how far along we are from his title reign. Like, holy shit, that seemed like ages ago.
It was.
Yeah,
It was. That was a long time ago. So yeah, any other thoughts on the presser and wrap this one up?
No, I just think that WWE should just start building on more of the road to WrestleMania and not just the main event of WrestleMania. Like, I think now we should start seeing some more things unfold.
We got, I think, what is it, 58, 57 days, something like that. We have Elimination Chamber that's coming up in a little bit, so that'll shake up. We'll see who, hopefully maybe Seth's contender comes out of an Elimination Chamber match. You know, Drew is right there. Sami Zayn is always lurking in the back. We'll see what the Intercontinental scene looks like. You know, Gunther, maybe Jey Uso. Maybe that's a Mania match. I don't know.
I could just tell you personally, from my standpoint, like the only thing I really don't want to see in the lead up to WrestleMania is the storyline for anyone, whoever it is, to be, this is going to be my WrestleMania moment. Like I don't want to hear that. Like I'm just get that the fuck out of here, please.
There's too many people to have that discussion of I'm gonna have a WrestleMania moment, because there's people that who right now have no path to WrestleMania, and it's kind of jarring.
Right.
AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Randy Orton,
Liv Morgan.
Problems to have. Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, very good problems to have, but also just like, where is this shit going?
They got to get these moving a little bit.
Yeah, like I'm just ready for shit to start. It seems like these last couple of years, WWE is driving home the main event more than anything, and it's like kind of sleeping on the undercard. Just throwing together like women's battle royals, random women's fatal 4-way tag matches, random 4-way men's tag match, Andre the Giant battle royal. It's already 4 filler matches I can already see happening when it's Mania.
There's gonna be a few because we have 2 nights. It's a 2-night Mania, so there's gonna be some filler, but.
Yeah,
It comes par for the course. Plus, they come to think of it, they haven't started rolling out the Hall of Fame inductees either. Now that I think about it, so that's right.
And how long till they bring back the 24/7 title and give Tozawa something else to do?
Yo, man, give me the 24/7 title while we at it, man. R-Truth is on fire. Actually, no, fuck that. Let him have his WrestleMania moment.
You know what would be dope, man? They're not gonna do it, but this would be the perfect time to have a couple of NXT matches on the main cards instead of just only as side shows. Like, give me a couple of showcase NXT matches on Mania night 1 and night 2.
Yes and no, because they have their own pay-per-view.
But hold off 1 or 2. It doesn't have to be a main title. Just give me a hot feud from NXT on one of the nights.
I'm with
Why
you,
not?
but I'm not, because if you take that hot feud off NXT, then you're the fuck am I looking forward to with NXT? You know, like Trick and Mello, I feel you, is WrestleMania, but also like if you take that from Stand and Deliver or whatever the next WrestleMania joint is going to be, it's like, what are we looking forward to? Ilya Dragunov and Dijak?
That's fair.
You know what I
That's
mean?
fair.
But I see the point, though. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But like, that's the problem. Like,
But that's what I think the cool thing about like Mania could be is like you have just whatever your hottest on SmackDown, on Raw, on NXT. Give me just one day of the hottest feuds that you have going across your company. But I get it. They got to stand and deliver shits. But cool, yeah.
Yo, I do have a
to
question.
WrestleMania, man.
Sure.
I have something to ask, guys.
What up?
Do we know what the fuck happened to Scott D'Amore?
Oh my God, what happened to Scott D'Amore?
Yeah, I saw something along the lines of Scott had an offer, an interested party. He was basically trying to connect this interested party to buy TNA from Anthem. Anthem said nah, and he was pretty much wrapped up from there. This happened in like the last week or so. He knew that it was pretty much a wrap for him. But it's fucked up because like he's the reason why TNA is hot right now. As far as like creative leadership and really, he was basically Paul Heyman for ECW for TNA right now.
He was that guy.
Nobody championed in TNA harder or Impact.
He put
at the time
TNA
harder.
on his back. He put Impact on his back at a time when a lot of people wrote that whole shit off in the 2018-19 era, like after the GFW fucking stench came and went. Like, he put Impact back on the map during the Tessa Blanchard era. Like, I remember that shit, but
But yeah, that was pretty much that. Like he basically wanted some more investment, it seems, from Anthem, and Anthem just really ain't trying to spend bread like that on TNA to get it to a growth state to where they can sign these big free agents and make real moves and get on a real television network or whatever. It seems, and they gave a real corporate, whoever the new dude that's supposed to be taking Scott D'Amore's spot is just a guy from Anthem, So there's a lot of talent that's kind of pissed off about it. I heard a little clip from Tommy Dreamer on Busted Open. He's upset about it.
Oh, is he?
So we'll see. Yeah, he was crying on Busted Open today because he's friends with Scott D'Amore, and he's still working there in the office in TNA. So it's just not a good feeling when
I did catch the clip.
Out here.
I caught a little clip. He said that he gave people the option to opt out of their contract. They can talk to management if they want to do that. They're not feeling the decision. So it was crazy to say.
They're also announcing a pay-per-view and all that. I saw Moose is there, and
they still have to roll out the rest of the rebrand. You know what I'm saying? We're only 3 weeks in. So I think in anything, though, we are going to see Scott D'Amore land with the WWE. If anything, I think he will bounce back crazy from this.
Like being a behind-the-scenes guy?
Yeah, why not?
100%.
100%. Like, I think he can land. If the Jordan Grace TNA connection hasn't shown us like anything with the Rumble and how that goes, it's like I think that Scott D'Amore has got Triple H's contact, considering he's the one who told Jordan Grace what's up. So I think he and like you said, if he's the one who's trying to broker this new deal to get Anthem out of the picture and get TNA some more bread, and he's the one who's calling Jordan Grace to be like, "Yo, Jordan, you going to the Rumble? You ready?"
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to maneuver himself into a really good situation, like moving forward, where this ain't going to be the end of Scott D'Amore. Like, and I was there in the Team Canada days. Shout out to the old Impact Asylum. I was there, son. So I've seen Scott D'Amore come a long fucking way from Team Canada, annoying heel, to one of the most loved and talented creatives and bosses, in modern wrestling. So
yeah,
I think he ends up with WWE.
He'll land somewhere pretty soon, I'm sure.
Please, WWE. I don't want to see him go to AEW.
But look at all of the execs that's moving. I mean, like, none of us really tapped into Stardom like that. But the interesting thing there is the guy. His name is escaping me right now. I think his name was Rossi. But he was the guy that founded Stardom. So, like, Io Shirai, for example, Io Sky, she came from there. There's so many people. Mariah May came from there. Tony Storm was in Stardom. All of them had spent a lot of time in there. It's the best all-women's company in the world, as per all of the great women that came from there. He started the company, sold it to Bushiroad, was also owns New Japan, and then they figured out that once that deal was made, he was trying to funnel talent out of there. He's starting a brand new company. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of executives moving and shaking. There's probably going to be maybe a funnel to this NXT Japan. He's a guy to tap into because he knows everybody.
NXT Japan will make AO watch NXT. Is mad funny. So,
Nah,
yo, my man's finally watch NXT. But this is NXT Japan. It's funny.
I don't know.
That is
I don't know. Because look at what they did to NXT UK. That was dope, and then they killed that shit.
Could someone put me on game why I care about CMLL? Why do I? I'm not.
Look, we gonna get there. We gonna get there with our Dynamite explosive wrap up. We gonna get there.
I'm not trying to hate. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find if there's any shred of anything for me to be interested in there.
Let's not jump the gun. Let's keep it right where we're at. Boog, table that amazing question. Ayo, I feel it coming. I got something for both y'all. Pause. Let's keep it where we're at right now, though. I see where you're going, Boog.
Next up is Dynamite. We can just breeze through what happened on Dynamite. So we're going to start with the CMLL. Let's do the CMLL.
Oh, hold on. Let's go in order with Dynamite. Since we're doing our notes, let's go in order of the show. Ayo, you got the show pulled up?
I got a couple of picks. So we started out with that Swerve and Hangman to determine who was going to be the one to face Samoa Joe.
Fellas, that match was amazing.
Yes, it was.
All right. I caught a lot of flack this weekend over some tweets. Swerve is amazing right now, fellas.
Yeah, he is. I did not like, if I had to pick anything apart that I didn't like, not that anyone really cares about my opinion too much.
You good, bud? Your opinion matters, man. Trust. Look at Twitter. You should say something. No. Man. They going, you know what I mean? Your shit going down, bro.
I don't like that we had just gotten a draw from MJF in very recent history, and then we get a draw again. I don't. Be kind, please rewind, yo.
Okay, Book, hold on. Do all of us agree that we enjoyed that match?
Oh, the match was fantastic. Aside from that, yes.
Yeah, you feel? We all all right. Mm-hmm. What did you guys least enjoy the most about that match? Boog?
The finish.
Ayo?
Hangman Page should have been ranked higher than Swerve in the rankings for their reactions to make sense.
Damn, that was good. I didn't catch that one.
Swerve was ranked number 1, and they went to and Hangman Page is ranked number 2. So then they went to a draw, and Hangman Page ran off as if he actually had any claim to the number 1 contendership in the title anyway. You know what I mean? If it was reversed, it would have made more sense. Because it basically seemed like Hangman was just trying to keep Swerve away from the title. Yes. If that was the case, and it would have made sense if he was 1, because he would have been the guy to challenge Joe anyway.
That makes a lot of sense. And I'm with you on that ending, because at the same time, I think I loved the fact that heel Hangman is what we're getting, in between the mustache, the maniacal
this was
laugh.
A double switch.
I thought the maniacal laugh, because like when Swerve was like 5 more minutes, I was like, yo, Hangman is totally gonna be like, you a dick, nigga. You're not getting 5 more minutes, yo. Yeah. You lost. And lo and behold, he was like, ha ha, you didn't win. I'm out of here. And I was like, oh yes, this is great. This is awesome. What I didn't like, the referees in AEW are easily the worst referees in all of professional wrestling. Can we agree there? Have y'all seen some of the worst referees?
I don't think there's any good referees in wrestling, dog.
Yo, no, bro. AEW they're all referees specifically.
There is a culture of no rules, and it makes it so that almost every AEW match would be believable that it's a no DQ match. That's how I feel about it.
Okay,
AEW.
So Boog, you might have seen this. So, and precisely why I brought that point up, because I made the note. I was like, wow, I hate AEW referees as much as I enjoy the fuck out of these matches. So that table spot when Swerve fell through the table, right? Referee, and you could probably pull it up on a YouTube clip, literally, if you want to. We can really go right through it. He literally fell through the table, right? Now they're outside. Referee is just fucking twiddling his thumbs. He ain't even counted. He ain't said shit. Whatever they did that exchange, Swerve runs around the ring trying to find no table. No table. Yeah. Here's a table. Referee wasn't counting.
Spot go. Yeah,
the referee wasn't counting at all, all right? So they have their moment, right? And then all of a sudden, 1, 2. I was looking at I was like, wait a minute. Did he just do all, yo, bro, I ran it back. I was like, yo, did he just look for a table, fall through a table, pull up a table, set up a table.
Give him a 7-minute head start.
Said, 1,
Yeah.
2. It's on the YouTube.
Idiots.
Y'all can watch this.
Idiots.
Like literally. And then
Idiots.
after that, what happens with the swerve chair with the chair shot to what's his face? Nana. Yo, they're fighting to get back in the ring at a 9 count, and he jumps in, and then the referee is quick to be like 1, 2, 3. I was like, yo, I hate the referees here. Like, I hate the referees in AEW. Like, absolutely hate the referees. Like, they take the fun out of the match for me sometimes. And this ain't a knock on the match. I love the match. It's just like, wow, the referees don't make this
referees need to tighten up. I think referees in general across the board on American TV, they're all idiots, right? They're all complete idiots. But yeah, like that's what you're there basically to enforce the rules. And the best weapon that a referee has for people that are fighting on the outside to get them back in, you immediately jump out, make sure you're good, jump back in, start counting. And it's that simple.
And I think the reason it's so frustrating is because it is at comical levels of neglect. Like it's not little shit, it's big shit. So, it is what it is.
That was my
telling you, like if I was booking referees, bro, like there would be all these dudes would be ex-UFC fighters and not dumb.
You have Daniel Cormier referee in every fight.
100%.
Daniel Pewter and all them niggas.
All of them.
Nah, O'Shea Jackson.
All of them.
That was a good match, though, fellas. I will say, that was a great, great match. Those two can have matches against each other for the rest of the time, and I'll be very happy with that. I think they can have. They were giving me 2 different eras, right, between them two. They were giving me Triple H, Rock. I don't know which one of y'all could figure out the alignments of Triple H, Rock, or Rock and Steve Austin, or Rock and Triple H, or Triple H and Steve Austin. They were giving me that 3 combination. Just Hangman and Swerve, right? But also the announcement of this triple threat match got me feeling like TNA Unbreakable 2005. Like, holy shit. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. Like, that match blew the roof off TNA at the time. And I think this triple threat at Revolution is going to do just that. Probably one of the best triple threats I think is going to happen in AEW history. And this is coming from Pac, Pockets, and Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing about 2.5 years ago. So
yeah, I think they're gonna get busy.
That triple threat's gonna get busy. Samoa Joe was very angry in the next segment with an amazing quick promo. He got right to the point.
Joe's the best on the mic.
Yeah,
I think. But the cool thing is like to see him like it's gonna be a triple threat, which means there's no DQ, which means Samoa Joe is gonna get extra violent. Yes,
and I don't see Joe losing the title anytime soon.
Nope. He's gonna Double or Nothing. I think he holds it till Double or Nothing. He makes it past this pay-per-view cycle and gets to lose it at the next one.
That's fair.
Probably 2 Swerve.
What's our next match?
I have no idea. I pulled up this, and I was gonna go into the Sting and Darby win at the end.
All right, so let me just give. All right, I got you. I think up next we had. Hold on. I want to say it was the women's match.
Yeah, we had Tony Storm and Red Velvet.
Let me go to the crowd favorite cage match.
Yeah, it was Tony Storm and Red Velvet. Let's get into the CMLL talk.
I wanted to go by just in order of the show so we can at least, knock that shit out. Because I took some fucking notes. Like I said, it was a really, really good show for me, and I wanted to make sure we all highlighted that. Because I know people be like, yo, y'all niggas be shitting on AEW, and it's like, no, I actually want to highlight some really good shit that I watched like last night. You know what I mean? Tony Storm defeated Red Velvet in a eliminator match because we all knew that Deonna Purrazzo was going to be going to Revolution anyways. I thought it was dope that Tony Storm finally tapped into her real life self and, applied pressure with a submission, actually made herself useful in a match and not just be a character, not be a goofy. My gripe would probably be Deonna Purrazzo. I think I realized why I don't always take Deonna Purrazzo seriously is because her reactions and her facial reactions don't make me take her seriously. And that's my problem with Impact. It feels like she's laughing almost. Like it's like you don't like. Are you being serious? Or are you?
But I think that's her character. I think she's like sarcastic and arrogant, so she laughs at everything. You know what I mean? Because she feels that she's better than everybody, period, just on a technical level. So I think like that fits into the arrogant character. It's just that, you know, at some point, let's get a little angry. Well, we still have a little while to go, right?
We do.
And it's also, I think it's pretty tough. I think what this feud is going to do by the time we get to the pay-per-view is shed just maybe a layer and a half of this Tony Storm character off enough that we can get a couple of serious segments, you know, still in character, but serious enough to where we, you know, there's some aggression going back and forth. Because it's hard to be serious facing off against Tony Storm, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to be serious against a character like that?
I think if they give us more, like, I don't know, strengthen the bullet points of the storyline so that there's something to follow a little bit more, than people would probably have a little bit more to hold on to. But it's definitely entertaining. I mean, Tony Storm, like you said, it's hard to not be entertained.
It is definitely doing its job right now. I just don't know what the shelf life will be for this actual character. But with Mercedes Moné potentially coming in, and we'll get to that in a couple minutes, this is going to inject some life into the women's division. I think it'll be very interesting to see where Tony Storm's character goes just come London, when Jamie Hayter and DMD are back, and Serena Deeb has more traction, and, you know, maybe Athena finally loses the title and makes an appearance on Dynamite. Like, there's more to look forward to with the AEW's women's division, I would hope, because of the major signing that's to come, you know? So there's the women's match. Red Velvet, she came, she went. What is she like? I stand corrected. She's like 53 and 35, so she's looking like the fucking Milwaukee Bucks out here. Good for Red Velvet. You know what I'm saying? She'll be here. Next, here we go, guys. Our CMLL talk. Boog, get your gripes off, man. Get your gripes off as the Blackpool Combat Club face.
No, so you know me. You know I'm a AEW fan. So for me, if I miss a week, I don't expect to come in the next week and hear a name of something that I've never heard of before in my entire wrestling life. And
Fair.
maybe shame on me for not knowing. But again, this goes back to a conversation we've had previously where AO and, you know, we all had a pretty charged conversation about it, about how this isn't for us. Like, AEW is not booking it for me. Like, it's not for, and I understand that. So I'm not being hypercritical of it. I'm just confused, to be honest. So I was wondering if these people are some people I should know, and if there's something like you would tell me to take a particular look at so that I could get into whatever these CMLL people are doing in AEW right now.
So basically, this is like a promotion versus a promotion, like an inter-promotion feud, right? So if you go back a couple of weeks, maybe it was last week, I don't remember exactly when, but there were a couple of CMLL guys that were announced. They were invited by AEW, and they sat ringside during a Jon Moxley match. And at some point during the match, Mox goes out in front of him and taunts him. After the match, they jump him. Basically, this is the two promotions working to really highlight a bunch of wrestlers that we don't necessarily get to see from CMLL. CMLL is
it Lucha?
Yeah, CMLL is the oldest wrestling promotion in the world, older than WWE. And they regularly sell out. There's a spot called Arena Mexico, which is regularly sold out a couple of times a week. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what this is. It's like it's a partnership. CMLL has always had a partnership with New Japan and Ring of Honor. So it's kind of just carried over that partnership, but now with AEW. And you're bringing some of these guys on. And it's really just that. So storyline as far as what you can sink your teeth into is just that. You have these CMLL guys. H. Cesaro, for instance, is the guy that just had the one-on-one match against Bryan Danielson on Collision, who is like one of the most technical wrestlers in the world. So they're picking certain people like highlight. Mascara Dorada is like 22, 23 years old, and he's like the best wrestler right now, you know, from that promotion. So it's going to be these guys jumping back and forth. You're going to see some of the Blackpool Combat guys in CMLL. They're going to go down to Mexico and wrestle here and there. And it's literally just that. We'll send some guys, we'll wrestle, come up here and wrestle. And that's the feud back and forth until the working agreement is over for the time being. They'll probably pop back up at Forbidden Door, but it's not anything deeper than we invited some guys, one of our guys got in their face, now they don't fuck with each other and they're having matches.
The way New Japan has been going ham on American television, this is CMLL having their way and getting exposure on a national level that I don't feel like we ever get to see. So I'll give them that. Like, I'm here for the new freshness, you know what I'm saying? The new hotness. We get to see some luchador matches that we don't ever really get to see much outside of our usual SmackDown 6. You know what I'm saying? LWO, Carlito, Rey Mysterio, like
LWO versus LWO.
You know what I mean?
Again.
Or if we get to, if you want to flip to AEW, you get to see Commander do a dive off a rope, take an L, Pentagon take an L, Ray Phoenix take an L. This is like something a little bit different, so I'll give them that. I'm cool with that. My thing is, where do we see this going 6 months from now? Like, you know, like AO said, like, is this, you know, it could just be a quick little thing, Forbidden Door, but it's like just the allegiance of people that are showing up to fight these guys. Like, what's his face? Matt Menard, Nick Parker, Christopher Daniels, Matt Sydal are like here tag teaming with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Like, huh? That's what I mean by, like, if we start seeing the CMLL guys like picking up wins against 2.0 every other week, it's like, all right, this ain't gonna be here long. But like for right now, it's pretty cool. I just only wish they would give us promo as to who the fuck these guys are. That's my only thing, yo. Like, just tell us who the fuck Hechicero and the rest of these guys are in a beautiful package.
They did that before when they first introduced them. They did that.
They aren't keeping it in a way where I feel like people know all the time what's going on. It's like one time only. Like Bug said, I wasn't here last week. So if I'm tuning in this week and I just see, I don't know, 3 random luchas, it's like, yo, give me a backstory about who the fuck, why these guys are coming together.
The guy that you're talking about, I think it's HSR. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah, that dude, I know, and this is just from me browsing and like watching, that he seems to be like the lucha version of like Evil Uno. That's what his mask looked like to me. Am I bugging? Was it someone with, didn't he have like a full face mask?
No, you're right there. You're right there.
But like wrestling style, he's like a Danielson or a Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah, no, it was it was a technical guy. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
John
I just think like
versus...
for me, I just look at it like you introduce these guys once. The guys you want to highlight, they did that, and then from there, really all you need to know is what you see on TV is that they had an issue last week and they're continuing this issue this week.
It's just like, I think that's why the random allegiance of 2.0 and
I think that's there because they need some jobbers to beat in the meantime before we get them a big win over Blackpool Combat Club. And I'm not sure if the win over Blackpool Combat Club comes here or if it happens in CMLL. And I'm not sure how long they're going to be going back and forth with each other. Like, again, this could be something that extends to Forbidden Door. Maybe I have no idea. So that much I can't say. I can't say.
Claudio needed that win, though. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? He needed that fucking W. Whether it was a fucking kick to the dick or not, he needed that fucking pinfall, man. Because Claudio was about to be cooked, man.
And that, like, storyline-wise, also what I think is really cool is the 2 victories that they had. Look at what just happened in the victory here. Like, they were being the story was they were being out-wrestled by CMLL guys. And they had to resort to cheating in order to get that win. So these guys don't get buried. They do need to get a win at some point. Like, the jobber wins don't really make a difference. So they do need a win. So it just doesn't look like it's super one-sided. But there is a level of protection there because they lost because of a low blow. Hechicero got kicked in the dick behind the referee's back. So that's not fair. You know what I mean? So they do, but they can't continue to just lose, whether it's fair or not. Like, we do need to get these guys a W at some point. But for the time being, this is brand new.
I see Moxley versus, like, Black Taurus, the debut.
Nah, but see, there's the thing, like,
in a death match.
He's not a CMLL guy, and there's real beef with AAA and CMLL to the point where there are no inter-promotion between CMLL and AAA ever. So even in AEW, you're never going to see Pentagon, for example, versus Hechicero because the allegiances is like they do not fuck with each other. You're never going to see that. There's never going to be inter-promotional lucha matches. But
I'm here for the new freshness. I'm here for
the best thing, like storyline aside, the coolest thing for me, I never ever saw Mascara Dorada. Mystico, we've seen different versions of Mystico in and out of WWE and all over the world. Plus, he was in AEW not too long ago anyway. But just being able to see somebody like Hechicero, and that's right up my alley, and then go back and check some of his older shit on some nerd shit, that shit is cool for me.
CMLO is serving its purpose, and hey, as long as the matches are cool, I ain't even gonna knock it, man. Just make it make sense. You know the phrase.
I'll check it out.
Next up, United Empire. United Kingdom. United Kingdom got rid
Undisputed
of.
Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Our boy
Damn, I
Union
wish I had
Jack
the-
over here.
I wish I had the fucking drop pulled up.
Bro, it's the gas and it's the fact that I hate their names. At the same time, it's like, yo, you can't remember that shit off the top of your head if you don't like really sit there and be like, you all right, yeah.
You ain't the only one, dog.
Those guys, Adam Cole's crew,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
fucking cooked, yo. Like, yo,
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Yo, dog.
Let my man just heal up and stay off TV, for fuck's sake.
Yo,
Just stay
dog.
home.
Yo, they are so cooked. It is insane to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I look around and I see what's going on when it comes to the Undisputed Kingdom, they're taking out the weakest link, the best friends, you know, Chuck, knocking him out, and then just sitting here and going, Orange Cassidy, you're next. And it's like, this was all of the fall that you took over television? And like, yo, I knew I wasn't the only person watching that segment last night. I'm like, what the fuck happened 4 months ago?
I was about to say, like, the energy from the devil reveal and then fast forward to now, and wow. Holy
I'm about to
moly.
spit my beverage out, son.
That's
Pause.
But yo, like, I don't know, man. Like, the story for me just doesn't really have any legs without MJF for starters. And I'm not really
Fair.
like a bit like MJF isn't there. Plus Adam Cole is injured, so I'm not really tuning in to see the Kingdom. And Wardlow, he might have been hurt last week too. You know, his whole thing again. He's a goon. He's literally there to win whatever and hand it to Adam Cole. And Adam Cole's not ready to be handed anything.
So now, the highlight is Roderick Strong facing Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. The Ring of Honor tag titles have yet to be defended. Oh, I'm sorry. If you watch Honor Club, maybe they've been defended.
Got it on right now.
If they're being defended, holla
You
back. If they're not being defended, then that just proves my point of like, wow, Undisputed Kingdom is fucking cooked, yo. They are cooked. They are probably my cooks for the week, actually. Just because that segment just made me think, wow, those guys, this is what we could have saw live in Long Island? Nah, good call.
But it's a man. Injuries messed it up, and I don't know. I'm just wrap this up. Next segment.
Mercedes Monet is coming to town.
Big business.
Supposedly.
Big business.
TD Garden tickets are probably going bonkers.
I think it goes on sale. What is it? Tomorrow or Saturday or something like that?
Probably gonna be some pretty pricey tickets.
Hey,
Mercedes Monet, technically, or Okada, could be. Who knows?
could be that. Could be a
Is
double.
it Mercedes? Is it Okada? Is it both of them? How we
Nah,
feel?
this is Mercedes. 100%. Like Mercedes has been signed for a while.
Like it
Sorry.
says boss. It says Boston
Boss
in the
Boston.
background.
Yeah, she's from Boston. This is
Like,
this is
it's
her,
all
color
her-
of her hair. You know what
It's
I mean?
all her. It's all her Sasha Banks font shit. Like it's all. It's definitely her.
Awesome. She's coming. Now what?
Booker
no
against
idea.
Chris Statlander.
Oh, fuck, bud.
There's
First
there's
weekend, Chad.
Yeah, there's a lot of
First weekend.
I could see Mercedes and Deeb would be a nice start. You know, I wouldn't don't book her immediately going to the title. I also wouldn't book her. You gotta, the old Paul Heyman philosophy of hide the flaws and accentuate the positives. She's not a promo person. She's never been really all that good at promos. So what they're doing right now is First Dance. And the difference between First Dance and this big business thing is CM Punk is known for promos first and wrestling second, and it's the opposite for Mercedes Moné. So have her come out. Maybe you have her say like a couple of sentences and make her presence felt and be out of there. Because for starters, she hasn't been gone for the same amount of time that Punk was either. Right? Punk was out of here for 7-8 years. Mercedes Moné just got injured last year. You know what I mean? But
She should have been here already.
we've seen her on TV and all that. But the cool thing, what I will say is this: the most not interesting, but the most the best thing about this that gives me a lot of confidence for the women's division is this is the first time that we've had a superstar level rollout for an incoming woman into AEW. You know what I mean? To where they're doing like a special event Dynamite, all
Destination
the hints and the
Soho?
Easter eggs.
Ruby Soho debut? That wasn't big.
No, it wasn't a superstar rollout. It was a surprise debut. They've done mad surprise debuts for people that we knew and didn't know. You know, this is like we're stopping everything and making this a big deal. So it just gives me the confidence that we're still gonna. And they're loading up their women's division, by the way. You know what I mean? Like they're making it a point to bring people in, give them something interesting to do. There's experimenting with more than one women's match. Like on Collision, we have more than one women's match, even though one is like a, a squash or whatever. But yeah, I feel pretty confident. What do you think?
I don't know where she goes. I'm gonna leave that up to Tony Khan before I even fantasy book because I have no idea. The title picture is already pretty cloudy right now between Deanna, Tony, Mariah May maybe and insert whoever else comes in next.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know who else is in the picture. If you had the rankings, maybe. I mean, no one believable. No one I think would take the title off Tony. That's for sure. So I don't know really where we go from here when it comes to Mercedes. It'll be a cool pop. You're right on the promo tip. Like it's going to be very, I feel like short words and I'm here AEW and then DMD maybe right to the point.
Yeah, like as I'm saying, like DMD is in the cut. Jamie Hayter is going to come back at some point. She's in the cut. Like I think this is probably like if there was ever going to be a moment or a time where the AEW women's division is really, really elevated in importance, and this is a lot to juggle, by the way, as far as timing on the shows. But that's not my job. That's Tony Khan and the creative team's job to figure out what goes where and who has the time. But if there was ever going to be a moment, it's going to be this moment when they're building this whole specialized dynamite around her. So I see no reason why, this is going to be a big ass deal. And then I don't know, like as far as predicting, there's any number of directions. You can start out of the gate with a hot feud, or we can go on, start her out, kind of soft, with a Deeb or, whoever. Just like little warm up matches to get her in front of the crowd. So
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Boston, it will be on deck. You know what I'm saying? Should be an interesting show nonetheless. Looking forward to. I don't know where she goes from here, but Mercedes will be on deck. So
yeah,
be happy for that. Next up, my low point. My next low point tonight, outside of the brief Adam Cole and his group segment. Chris Jericho and Takeshita. Oh, buddy. Takeshita picks up another win. Looks like a fucking stud along the way. But a win that I don't know if it matters in the long run. He's beating Kenny Omega, he's beating Chris Jericho, and he's still stuck in his Don Callis shit.
I mean, it's,
Achilles still stuck in his Don Callis shit. And Chris Jericho's also stuck in his Don Callis shit. Or we're just stuck in the Chris Jericho multiverse. I don't know.
It's just the AEW Achilles heel to follow up. Like, Chris Jericho, again, like we said this before, like he's been the guy that's been so great at on TV, off TV, when it's time to refresh, take some time, then come back when there's something fresh. It's been that time for Chris Jericho. But he's still here. The Don Callis shit did not work. Let's get Don Callis off of TV because you ain't doing anything with the faction. The faction was built to go up against Kenny Omega. He's out. Then they pivoted and did the Jericho and the Sammy Guevara. That ain't working. It's not hitting. So just get rid of it.
Yo, geez, they've been feuding since July, yo. You know that?
OD. That
is insane when I'm like, yo, Chris Jericho, still he's wavered off the booze. He's popular a little bit more this week than previously. You know what I'm saying? Crowd is still there. But I just think this is my problem with AEW is they will give you too much at once. Like just overload. Like from that ending, the screwdriver, the Walls of Jericho, the referee. It's just like, yo, dog, why?
Now, when I lost it?
Why are we doing all this?
It wasn't even that. It's when Takeshita had the walls and ref picks his hand up for the 1 for the 2 and he doesn't go down for the 3. I'm like, yo, come on now, bro. Come on.
This is what I mean by like, this is that extra bit of like, yo, they don't need to be like, you know what I mean? That's when the shit really started to really blow mine as I am watching this match. And I watched this match, y'all. So like I said, Takeshita's a stud. It's just they're making a big deal. Jericho lost. Hobbs beat him. Action Andretti beat him. What does it matter? It doesn't matter anything. Nothing comes of this. You'll be stuck in the Jericho verse or stuck on Rampage. That's the only way it goes. Bug, I don't know if you caught any of this, but
No, I did. The Jericho verse is a funny ass thing actually because everybody gets kind of stuck in the Jericho verse at some point, and I think right now he's in a weird holding pattern. I don't know where Jericho's at. It's like a weird situation for him right now.
he usually does amazing at his reinventions. Like,
Yeah,
he does really, really good with the reinventions and taking time off.
I think he's at a weird crossroad right now. I don't know if there's. I mean, I'm not saying that he's run out of reinventions, but who knows? Maybe he's tired of reinventing himself too.
But sometimes
He
it's
was just the
time.
Ocho a couple months ago.
But that wasn't,
Okay.
to me, that wasn't like a fully fleshed out reinvention. Like, since Chris Jericho has been in AEW, since AEW's been a thing, like, he hasn't changed that much.
He just gets things over.
It's just factions. You've had different people around him, but it's the same Chris Jericho.
He gets shit over. Le Champion, the Bubbly, the Ocho. He gets shit over. But right now, I feel like it's the slump. Like, right now is like, what are you doing here?
It's just like, but again, sometimes it's just time. I think we've seen the best of Chris Jericho quite some time ago. You know what I mean? At some point, if you're not adding to the show in a way that people are really, really fucking with it, your Hall of Fame career and all of that is more of a hindrance because you think you can just tap back into that at any time and you can't. It's time.
Dog, this show was so rocking that, like, by the time we got to Chris Jericho and Takeshita, I was like, fuck, Chris Jericho match? That's crazy. But it's like, yo, dude, we've seen everything we could possibly see right now, and we're not progressing the Don Callis storyline any further. Like, we're going to go probably the rest of the year in the Don Callis Jericho verse. Do y'all fellas feel me, or do y'all not feel me on that? Do you see a future where we're going to be out of the Jericho verse, and it'll be like Jericho and like... I don't even know.
I have no reason to...
I don't even know.
I have no reason to disagree with that because, like, I've been saying that Chris Jericho should be off TV for a little bit, and he still is, so he's going to be there. It's that simple.
I think he keeps like him and a group of people around him employed. You know, like I'm not even saying that like to be funny. I mean, like he keeps people like in a spot at all times, whoever he's associated with. But yeah, I really can't call it with him. I think he's just literally, sad to say, even though it's professional filler, I think he's filler a lot of the time. You know.
That's what I felt last night watching this, man. I was like, this is such a, like, this is more filler for me than I felt like the Deonna Purrazzo, Tony Storm shit, which was great.
It is filler. But you know what it also could be is, like, you know, he's probably one of them dudes that has a big-ass contract.
Easily.
So it's like one of them, I have to justify why I'm giving you this much money. Go on out there. When creatively it's really not the move. You know, it could be, a scenario like that. He's also close enough to Tony. He's probably bending his ear like, nah, we can get him with the next one. You can't.
Nah, he really can't, yo. And I will say,
you know what got me on this Dynamite though?
The main
shit
event
right here. This shit right here, man.
Yo, could I tell you a little before we celebrate? I want to tell you one small thing that got me on Dynamite that was brought up on. Was it Busted Open? I think it was Busted Open. The fact that Tony Khan made his announcement about Mercedes at 9:22 p.m., the exact time that they would have a women's match on AEW to like troll fans.
That's good. This guy's good. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
He knows exactly what he's doing. But no, this
was a feel good moment. I like seeing Sting's sons. You guys take this one away.
Yo, I don't remember what I was listening to, but I heard somebody say that Sting's sons don't look anything like each other, but both of them look exactly like Sting. And
it look like NWA Sting, it look like Surfer Sting, NWO Sting. Like,
look like different eras of Sting.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That is funny.
And
quiet as kept, the fake Stings back in the day used to always creep me out. I didn't like it. It just freaked me the fuck out. I didn't like seeing all those fake Stings. But
this match was all the hits. I'm rocking with it because it was all the shit you needed from Sting in a Darby Allin match, and it was the best Ricky Starks Big Bill match to date. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Fitting end to their title run, but that match, everything you needed. I don't think we really need to go too much into a deep dive of the match itself. You know what I'm saying? We got Sting jumping off of a fucking building.
It's a clusterfuck. It's one of the Sting. What do you want to jump off of? Yes. Bet.
Darby in Big Bill was such a clippable moment. I think that Big Boss Man Slam
my
is going to
God,
be remembered for years to come. Because
that's one of the clips of the year for a fact.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's a moment where you like show people like that are just trying to get into wrestling, like, yo, this shit actually hurts. Watch this. Beelined it into Morrissey.
Yeah.
And I also said, W. Morrissey, I've been a fan of since Impact. He won me back over during that Impact time. And now that he's Big Bill, you know, he's one of those debuts where you're kind of like, oh, okay. You're just here. Former guy. You know, you're not Mercedes, you're not Punk, but you're just like, yeah. But I think this was his defining moment in just like, nah, I'm actually like credible. This play. I think this was a great showing for W. Morrissey. More than Ricky Stark, I'll say.
I think this tag was like a really, really good happy accident for the both of them, and it turned out to be a really entertaining, you know, tandem.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I don't think they're done. I think they might be done for right now. But
where
I
does
think
Ricky
it was
Starks go from here? Where do they even go from here? That's what I wrote down. I was like, where do they
WWE.
Scott Book, yo.
I have no idea.
I mean, it's a viable option.
I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? Where do the former tag team champions now go from here as we're approaching Revolution?
They're not. I don't see like this because it's tough. Who have they been interacting with that's going to be free for, you know, a match in Revolution? Like, again, the thing about the rankings is they lose the title, they drop down, but they're still ranked in the top 5 more than likely, right? So this would be a good story to tell as far as like another team coming up that has to go through the former champs in order to get closer to getting a shot against whoever the champs are going to be against the Bucks and Sting and Darby after the pay-per-view. So that could be a thing, but I don't think that's pay-per-view. I don't think that's happening at the pay-per-view. That's a TV type of thing.
So do we get the Bucks defeating Sting and Darby for the championship belt in his last match?
Absolutely. Especially with the way that ending came. I mean, this is the best version of the Bucks I've ever seen in my life. They're EVPs. They're leaning into it. The
Passport
EVP trigger.
The EVP trigger is hysterical.
I was like, yo, this to the people that are on the like, yo, this is ridiculous. I'm like, nah, this is actually like what they should be doing, because I think this is going to propel them to the next level of like, yo, the Young Bucks are actually like not just goofy babyface cool heels that wear like bright fucking tassels and shiny pants and Jordans. Like, they're actually like EVPs. You know what I'm saying? They got to treat them with some respect. It feels like the authority, but this is pretty fucking good. And they're asserting their authority.
The Bucks, man, the best version of the Bucks is like just people that you really, really dislike. They are geniuses at generating heat when they're focused, and right now they're focused. Like, they came out, those white suits were clean. They busted Darby open. They took 2 white bats, not only to Sting and Darby, but to Sting's kids. You know what I mean? And you can tell the story. The best thing right now about the rankings being there and the Bucks being EVPs is you get heat by them just throwing themselves in a title picture after not being around for a while. All they got to do is say, like, fuck it, we're getting title shots because we EVPs. You can't do anything about it. And Sting wants the match now because you attacked his family. It's perfect.
That was perfect. Great point, Ayo. I like that. Very good correlation on that. I tweeted out, like, imagine just getting beat down by guys that look like this and then looking up and seeing them attacking your father and his friend and your brother.
His buddy. Bad news.
Yo, OD bad news.
Bad news.
Oh, man. Nah, honestly.
All in all, man, it's been a solid week, man.
Honestly, I think the Bucks should definitely be the champions for the long term. The tag division needs this.
As long as there's not another like FTR gauntlet for the, and I love FTR, but I do feel like at some point, well, let's put it this way. Chad is always the one that brings this up. Do you see the Bucks, let's say, if the Bucks do take the titles off of these guys and they don't just like retire them and make some like commemorative belts out of the tag titles with Sting and Darby's like customized plates or something, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't do something like that and the Bucks do win, who could you, like you said, who could you see like the Bucks even fighting moving forward? Are there strange like bedfellow tag teams, or are there actual tag teams that you could see that would be contenders for them right now?
I think they fight everybody. I think the tag titles.
They have rankings for the tag teams too right now?
Yeah.
Oh, fire. Okay.
The tag titles
Surprised.
need this chokehold from the Bucks.
Yeah.
Because they've been playing hot potato for quite some time. That now I think the rest of the year, I think the Bucks need to go on like an MJF, Triple H level of reign with the tag titles and just piss off the whole tag division. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, crazy enough. Like, I'm here for like the Bucks really like just pulling that like, nah, we winning and we having the tag titles. Matter of fact, I even think the Revolution main event should be this match. Bucks and Sting in Darby.
I think it's got to be.
I think that should be the main event. I think that would be the biggest EVP. That'd be so good if that ended up being the move. Like, nah, we're actually going to be the main event too. How about that? And just piss off.
I mean, aside from it being Revolution, I think that's the match that sold all the tickets, isn't it?
Yeah, Sting's retirement is really selling the tickets, but in storyline, the Bucks making themselves main event is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tag, what you call it right now, the last one, this hasn't been updated. I think they're updating at the end of the month now. I'm not sure how they're doing it. But anyway, when Starks and Bill were the champs, Sting and Darby were ranked 1. You had, these are all jobbers, bro. Jobber teams. You got John Silver and Alex Reynolds at number 2.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Brian and Claudio. So it really looks like any combination of the Blackpool Combat Club, if they want to go in that direction, is
cool.
There.
Good faces.
Right.
Good safe faces.
There's good. So right now you have Private Party and Top Flight that are having a fire feud against one another, but it's for a great babyface heel dynamic. You have those 2 tag teams right there. They have Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta there too, but that ain't there.
Yo, what is Trent's problem, yo? Is Trent going to join the Undisputed Kingdom? That's our outro survey? That's our outro survey.
I think, I don't know.
He seems like he just doesn't want to be there a lot of the time.
I mean, you also have, like, there could be a combination of House of Black, because they're ranked, like, the trios standings looks more impressive than the tag standings, to be honest.
I'm still perplexed how Bullet Club Gold are number 1.
Because they're the Ring of Honor, more than likely.
They got old school, man. I hear you.
But I'm saying, like, that's what it's there for. They're going to unify these titles at the pay-per-view. Somewhere between now and then, the turn is happening. If they don't turn before the pay-per-view, I don't know. But FTR is there. House of Black, they could do a combination of them. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
Bucks for tag champs.
My motherfucking birthday is on Sunday.
That's right.
New Japan, New Beginning is Sunday. We get Bryan versus Sabre Jr. We got Tanahashi versus Okada. Okada's wrapped up soon before the end of the month. He's wrapped up in Japan, and then
Okada watch.
Yeah, we on Okada watch now, basically. And Will Ospreay's last match is Sunday too, so he will be in AEW this month. I think his last official match is in Rev Pro against I forget who it was against, but on the 18th or something like that. Once he wraps up in Rev Pro, it's a done deal. But Ospreay is right around the corner too.
Anticipating those debuts.
More so than Mercedes. Before I sign off, let me just see who his match is against, and then we can get the fuck out of here, so we can all get some. Oh, fucking Oku, Michael Oku. So it's Michael Oku versus Will Ospreay. But yeah, man, it's been the Ringside Club. This was episode number 74, man. 74 of them things, man. Catch us outside. Oh, except for me. I'm gonna be right
to
here.
The gang, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute, happy birthday to the God, Ayo. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Y'all show my man some birthday love.
We'll catch y'all. There's a brand new episode more than likely on Monday, the Signature Move, and then we'll be back here on Thursday for 76 of the Ringside Club. Till then, man, catch us on the pod, subscribe, tap in.
Outro survey.
Outro survey. What you got?
Outro survey. Will Trent leave best friends.
Yeah, he's gonna turn on Orange Cassidy. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I'm with you on that. It's a yeah.
And we out of here. Peace.